Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." Mother Teresa's life was a testament to this biblical truth. Born in 1910 in the Ottoman Empire, she grew up in a devout Catholic family. From an early age, she felt a calling to serve others, a calling that would lead her to the streets of Kolkata, India. At just 18, she joined the Sisters of Loreto in Ireland, and it wasn't long before she was sent to India, where she taught at a school for girls in Kolkata. This was just the beginning of a life dedicated to the service of the poor. Have you ever wondered what drives a person to leave everything behind and dedicate their life to others? What do you think it takes to maintain such unwavering commitment? Let's discuss in the chat. While you're pondering these questions, make sure to check out our other videos and join the Celestial Chronicles channel for more inspiring stories. Missionaries of Charity. In 1950, Mother Teresa took a significant step by founding the Missionaries of Charity. This humble beginning was marked by a simple yet powerful symbol, a white sari with blue borders. This choice of attire was deliberate, reflecting simplicity, purity, and dedication to the poor. The order started with just 12 members, women who shared Mother Teresa's vision and commitment to serving the destitute. The Missionaries of Charity began their work in Kolkata, a city known for its extreme poverty and suffering. They opened their first home in the Kaligat area, transforming a former Hindu temple into a space where the dying and destitute could receive care and dignity in their final days. This place was named Nirmal Hriday, which means pure heart. It quickly became a symbol of hope for those who had been forgotten by society. Mother Teresa and her fellow sisters worked tirelessly, often facing overwhelming challenges. They provided food, shelter, and medical care to those in need, regardless of their background or religion. The work was physically and emotionally demanding, but their dedication never wavered. Each day brought new faces, each with their own story of hardship and suffering. The order's work soon gained recognition, and support began to pour in from local communities and international donors. This support allowed the Missionaries of Charity to expand their operations. They opened additional homes for the sick, orphanages for abandoned children, and leprosy clinics. Their outreach grew, reaching the most marginalized and vulnerable populations. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Missionaries of Charity was their approach to service. Mother Teresa believed in the importance of small acts of love and kindness. She often said, "We can do no great things, only small things with great love." This philosophy was reflected in their daily interactions with the people they served. A smile, a comforting word, or a gentle touch was just as important as providing food and medicine. The Sisters of the Missionaries of Charity took vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, dedicating their lives entirely to serving others. They lived simply, often in the same conditions as the people they helped. This approach not only built trust with the local communities but also reinforced their commitment to their mission. As the Missionaries of Charity expanded, Mother Teresa's leadership style became evident. She was a hands-on leader, often working alongside her sisters in the most challenging conditions. Her presence and example inspired those around her to give their best. Despite the growing scale of their work, Mother Teresa remained deeply involved in the day-to-day operations of the order. In the 1960s, the Missionaries of Charity began to establish a global presence. Homes and clinics were opened in countries around the world, from Africa to Latin America, and from Europe to the United States. Each new location brought unique challenges, but the core mission remained the same: to serve the poorest of the poor. Mother Teresa's work attracted volunteers from all walks of life. People from different countries, religions, and backgrounds came to Kolkata to join her mission. These volunteers played a crucial role in supporting the order's activities, bringing new skills and perspectives. Many of them returned home profoundly changed by their experience, spreading Mother Teresa's message of love and compassion. The expansion of the Missionaries of Charity also brought increased scrutiny and criticism. Some questioned their methods and the effectiveness of their work. Critics argued that the focus on providing basic care and comfort did not address the root causes of poverty. Others took issue with the order's stance on issues like contraception and abortion. Mother Teresa faced these criticisms with grace, always emphasizing that their primary goal was to serve and provide dignity to those in need. Despite the controversies, the impact of the Missionaries of Charity was undeniable. Their work saved countless lives and brought hope to many. Mother Teresa received numerous awards and recognitions, but she always deflected the praise, saying that it was the work of God and her sisters that deserved recognition. The story of the Missionaries of Charity is a testament to the power of compassion and dedication. It shows that even in the face of immense challenges and criticism, a commitment to serving others can make a profound difference. Mother Teresa's vision and leadership created an organization that continues to touch lives around the world, long after her passing. As we reflect on the missionaries of charity, it's worth considering what motivates individuals to devote their lives to such a cause. How can small acts of kindness contribute to significant change? What sacrifices are we willing to make to help others? Let's discuss these questions in the comments. And while you're here, don't forget to check out our other videos and join the Celestial Chronicles channel for more stories that inspire and challenge us to think deeply about our impact on the world. Awards and recognitions. Mother Teresa's tireless work and unwavering dedication to the poor and sick did not go unnoticed. Throughout her life, she received numerous awards and honors from governments, institutions, and organizations worldwide. These recognitions not only highlighted her humanitarian efforts but also helped bring global attention to the plight of the impoverished and destitute. One of the most prestigious awards she received was the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979. The Nobel Committee honored her for her work in bringing help to suffering humanity. During the award ceremony, Mother Teresa used the platform to speak about the importance of love and compassion. She emphasized that the greatest threat to peace was the feeling of being unwanted and unloved. Her acceptance speech was both humble and powerful, reminding the world of the simple yet profound impact of caring for others. The Nobel Peace Prize was just one among many accolades. Mother Teresa also received the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award, in 1980. This award was a significant recognition from the country where she had spent most of her life working. The Indian government acknowledged her immense contribution to society, particularly her efforts to uplift the lives of the marginalized and destitute. Her acceptance of this award was met with widespread admiration, further cementing her status as a beloved figure in India. In addition to these high-profile awards, Mother Teresa was recognized by various other countries and organizations. She received the Order of Merit from the United Kingdom in 1983, one of the highest honors bestowed by the British government. This award was a testament to her international influence and the universal respect she garnered for her work. Similarly, she was awarded the United States Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1985, recognizing her significant contribution to humanity. The list of awards continued to grow, reflecting the broad impact of her work. In 1962, she received the Ramon Magsaysay Award for Peace and International Understanding, often considered Asia's Nobel Prize. This award highlighted her role in promoting peace through her relentless service to the poor. Mother Teresa's acceptance of these awards was always marked by humility. She often stated that the recognition belonged not to her but to the poor and to the missionaries of charity. Mother Teresa's approach to these recognitions was unique. Despite the accolades, she remained grounded and focused on her mission. She viewed the awards as opportunities to raise awareness about the needs of the poor and to inspire others to join in the work of compassion and service. Each recognition was another platform to advocate for the marginalized, to speak about their struggles, and to call for action. Her awards also brought significant media attention. This attention played a crucial role in amplifying her message and expanding the reach of the missionaries of charity. Through interviews, documentaries, and news articles, the world learned more about her work and the dire conditions faced by those she served. This media coverage often led to increased donations and volunteer support, enabling the organization to expand its efforts further. However, Mother Teresa was not without her critics. Some argued that the awards and recognitions she received overshadowed the more complex aspects of her work. Critics pointed out that while she brought attention to poverty, her approach sometimes lacked a focus on systemic change. They argued that providing immediate relief, while essential, did not address the root causes of poverty and suffering. Despite these criticisms, Mother Teresa's awards were a reflection of the profound impact she had on countless lives. Her ability to inspire and mobilize people across the globe was unmatched. Each award was a recognition of the countless hours of service, the lives touched, and the hope restored. It was also an acknowledgement of the difficult and often thankless work of her fellow sisters in the missionaries of charity. Mother Teresa's legacy, as seen through the lens of these awards, is a complex tapestry of compassion, dedication, and unwavering faith. Her recognitions were not just personal accolades but a testament to the power of selfless service. They highlighted the potential for one individual's actions to ripple out and affect positive change on a global scale. As we reflect on Mother Teresa's life and the recognition she received, we are reminded of the importance of compassion and service in our own lives. What can we learn from her example? How can we contribute to making the world a better place, even in small ways? These are questions worth pondering as we consider the lasting impact of her life's work. Thank you for engaging with this story. Don't forget to check out our other videos and join the Celestial Chronicles channel for more inspiring stories and thought-provoking discussions. Let's continue to explore and celebrate the lives of those who have made a significant impact on our world. Criticisms and controversies. Mother Teresa is often celebrated as a beacon of compassion and charity, but her life and work were not without controversy. Despite the admiration she garnered worldwide, she faced significant criticism from various quarters. These criticisms ranged from her methods and approach to her beliefs and associations. One of the main criticisms directed at Mother Teresa was her approach to the concept of suffering. Many critics argued that she promoted a cult of suffering, suggesting that she saw value in the pain endured by the poor. This perception was partly due to her religious beliefs. Mother Teresa was a devout Catholic who believed that suffering brought people closer to Jesus Christ. She often spoke about the redemptive power of suffering, which did not sit well with everyone. Critics felt that this viewpoint could lead to neglecting the need for practical solutions to alleviate suffering. For instance, some medical professionals who volunteered at her homes reported that the conditions were unsanitary and that medical care was often inadequate. They argued that more could have been done to improve the health and living conditions of the residents. The use of outdated medical practices and the lack of proper pain management were frequently highlighted as areas of concern. Critics suggested that the focus on accepting suffering sometimes overshadowed the need for medical intervention and modern healthcare practices. Another significant area of criticism was her stance on abortion and contraception. Mother Teresa was staunchly anti-abortion and opposed to the use of contraception, reflecting the teachings of the Catholic Church. She often spoke out against these practices, even using high-profile platforms to advocate for her beliefs. For example, during her Nobel Peace Prize acceptance speech, she described abortion as the greatest destroyer of peace. While her views resonated with many conservative and religious groups, they were highly controversial in the broader context of women's rights and reproductive health. Critics argued that her stance on these issues was detrimental to women's health and autonomy, particularly in impoverished regions where access to healthcare and family planning services was already limited. They felt that her influence and the global reach of her organization could have been used to support more progressive approaches to reproductive health. Instead, her firm opposition to contraception and abortion was seen as a barrier to addressing the root causes of poverty and overpopulation. Mother Teresa also faced scrutiny for her financial practices and the sources of her donations. Over the years, the missionaries of charity received millions of dollars in donations from around the world. However, critics pointed out that there was a lack of transparency regarding how these funds were used. Some alleged that the money was not always spent on the care of the poor and questioned the financial accountability of the organization. Additionally, she was criticized for accepting donations from controversial figures. For example, she accepted substantial donations from Charles Keating, a financier later convicted of fraud. Critics argued that by accepting money from such sources, Mother Teresa risked compromising her moral and ethical stance. They believed that this association with questionable figures could tarnish the credibility of her mission. Despite these criticisms, Mother Teresa remained steadfast in her beliefs and methods. She consistently defended her approach, emphasizing that her primary goal was to serve and provide dignity to those in need. She believed that every person, regardless of their circumstances, deserved to be treated with love and compassion. Her response to criticism was often one of humility and grace, focusing on the positive impact of her work rather than the negative perceptions. Supporters of Mother Teresa argued that her contributions far outweighed the criticisms. They pointed out that her work brought attention to the plight of the poorest of the poor and inspired millions to volunteer and donate to charitable causes. They felt that the criticisms, while valid in some respects, did not detract from the overall good that she had achieved. For many, Mother Teresa's legacy was defined by her compassion, dedication, and the tangible difference she made in the lives of countless individuals. The debate over Mother Teresa's legacy highlights the complex nature of humanitarian work. It raises important questions about the balance between providing immediate relief and addressing long-term solutions. It also underscores the challenges faced by individuals and organizations working in some of the world's most difficult conditions. How do we evaluate the impact of such figures? Can we separate the person from their work? These are difficult questions that continue to be discussed by scholars, activists, and the general public. As we reflect on the criticisms and controversies surrounding Mother Teresa, it is important to consider the broader context of her work. Her life was dedicated to serving the most vulnerable, often in the face of significant personal and organizational challenges. Whether one views her through the lens of admiration or skepticism, there is no denying that her story prompts us to think deeply about the nature of compassion, charity, and the complexities of humanitarian efforts. What are your thoughts on Mother Teresa's approach to suffering and her stance on reproductive health? Do you think the criticisms are justified, or do you believe her overall impact was overwhelmingly positive? Let's continue this conversation in the comments. Thank you for watching Celestial Chronicles. Don't forget to check out our other videos and join the channel for more inspiring stories and thought-provoking discussions. Let's continue to explore and celebrate the lives of those who have made a significant impact on our world. Her final days and the terrifying secret. In the twilight of her life, Mother Teresa, a figure synonymous with charity and compassion, faced a period of profound personal struggle and revelation. As she grew older, her health began to deteriorate, and she had to grapple with the physical limitations that came with age. Despite these challenges, she continued to lead the missionaries of charity with unwavering dedication. However, it was during these final days that a different, more vulnerable side of Mother Teresa came to light, revealing a deep internal conflict that had been hidden from the world for decades. Mother Teresa's letters, which were later published after her death, exposed a secret that shocked many of her admirers. These letters, written to her spiritual confidants, revealed that she had experienced intense feelings of spiritual dryness and a profound sense of abandonment by God. For someone who had dedicated her entire life to faith and service, these revelations were startling. She wrote about her inner turmoil, describing a sense of darkness and loneliness that plagued her soul. This period of doubt and spiritual crisis was referred to as her dark night of the soul. Her letters painted a picture of a woman who, despite her public persona of unwavering faith, felt an almost complete absence of God in her life. She described this feeling as a terrible emptiness and a deep loneliness. These admissions were deeply personal and highlighted the immense burden she carried in maintaining her role as a beacon of hope and faith for millions. The fact that she continued her work despite these feelings is a testament to her strength and dedication. Mother Teresa's struggles with faith were not uncommon among saints and religious figures, but what made her case particularly poignant was the extent to which she suffered in silence. She feared that revealing her doubts would undermine the faith of those who looked up to her. Her writings showed that she was deeply troubled by these feelings, yet she continued to put on a brave face for the world. This internal conflict added a new dimension to her character, showing that even the most devout individuals are not immune to doubt and despair. In her final days, Mother Teresa's health issues became more severe. She suffered from heart problems and had to undergo several surgeries. Despite her frailty, she remained active in her mission, often against the advice of her doctors. Her determination to continue serving others, even when she was physically weak, was a testament to her commitment and resilience. She spent her last days in prayer, surrounded by the sisters of the missionaries of charity, who looked to her for guidance and inspiration. As her end drew near, Mother Teresa revealed a secret to a few close confidants that added another layer to her already complex legacy. She confessed that she had harbored deep doubts about her faith for much of her life. This revelation was both shocking and enlightening, as it showed that her incredible acts of charity and compassion were carried out despite her personal spiritual struggles. This admission did not diminish her legacy. Instead, it humanized her, making her story even more relatable and powerful. Mother Teresa's final days were also marked by her reflections on her life's work and its impact. She expressed gratitude for the support she had received over the years and the many lives that had been touched by the missionaries of charity. Despite her personal doubts, she remained hopeful that her work would continue to inspire others to serve the poor and marginalized. Her ability to focus on the positive outcomes of her mission, even in her moments of weakness, demonstrated her enduring faith in humanity's capacity for good. The revelation of Mother Teresa's secret struggles had a profound impact on how she was perceived by the public. For some, it was a shock to learn that someone so revered for her faith had experienced such deep spiritual crises. For others, it was a source of inspiration, showing that even the greatest among us face doubts and challenges. Her story became a powerful reminder that faith is not the absence of doubt but the perseverance through it. Mother Teresa passed away on September 5, 1997, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and challenge people around the world. Her life and work have been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and debates. She was canonized as a saint by the Catholic Church in 2016, a recognition of her extraordinary contributions to humanity. However, her personal revelations have also sparked conversations about the nature of faith, doubt, and the human experience. As we reflect on Mother Teresa's final days and the secrets she revealed, we are reminded of the complexity of human life and the struggles that often lie beneath the surface of even the most outwardly steadfast individuals. Her story challenges us to think about our own experiences with doubt and faith and how we can find strength in vulnerability. What do you think about Mother Teresa's revelations? How do they change your perception of her? Let's discuss this in the comments. And while you're here, don't forget to check out our other videos and join the Celestial Chronicles channel for more inspiring stories and thought-provoking discussions. Together, let's continue to explore the lives of those who have made a significant impact on our world. Legacy and canonization. Mother Teresa's legacy is a tapestry woven with acts of immense compassion, dedication, and a lifetime of service to the poorest of the poor. After her passing on September 5, 1997, her influence and the impact of her work continued to resonate around the world. Her life story is not just one of personal sacrifice but also of inspiring millions to look beyond themselves and care for those in dire need. In the years following her death, the Missionaries of Charity continued to grow and thrive. The organization, which she founded in 1950, had already established a global presence by the time of her death, with branches in over 100 countries. This expansion did not stop. Instead, it accelerated, with new missions opening in some of the most challenging environments worldwide. The sisters continued to uphold Mother Teresa's ethos of serving the poorest of the poor, providing food, shelter, medical care, and education to those in need. Mother Teresa's approach to charity work was deeply personal and hands-on. She believed in direct interaction with the people she served, which is why her legacy includes a vast number of personal stories from those she helped. These stories often recount her simple yet profound acts of kindness, holding the hand of a dying person, feeding the hungry, or offering a comforting word to the distressed. These personal touches are a significant part of why her legacy endures. One of the most significant aspects of her legacy is how she inspired others to take action. Many people who volunteered with the Missionaries of Charity returned to their own countries and started similar initiatives. This ripple effect meant that her influence extended far beyond the direct reach of her organization. Volunteers and supporters from diverse backgrounds, religions, and cultures were moved by her example to contribute to charitable causes, fostering a global spirit of service and compassion. Her canonization process began shortly after her death, reflecting the widespread belief in her sanctity. Normally, the Catholic Church requires a waiting period of 5 years after a person's death before starting the canonization process, but this was waived for Mother Teresa by Pope John Paul II. The process involved a thorough examination of her life, work, and the miracles attributed to her intercession. The first miracle recognized was the healing of an Indian woman suffering from a stomach tumor, which was attributed to Mother Teresa's intercession after her death. This led to her beatification in 2003, a significant step towards sainthood. Her canonization was finalized on September 4, 2016, when Pope Francis declared her a saint in a ceremony attended by thousands of people at St. Peter's Square in Vatican City. This event was a culmination of years of devotion and recognition of her life's work. It marked her official recognition as Saint Teresa of Calcutta, honoring her legacy and the profound impact she had on the world. The canonization of Mother Teresa was not just a religious event but also a global recognition of her contributions to humanity. It celebrated her unwavering commitment to the poor and her extraordinary ability to inspire people of all faiths to pursue a life of service. Her life and work transcended religious boundaries, making her a universal symbol of charity and compassion. Despite the controversies and criticisms that arose during and after her lifetime, her canonization reaffirmed the positive aspects of her legacy. Critics had pointed out issues with her methods and the conditions in her homes for the dying, but her supporters emphasized the undeniable good she did and the hope she brought to millions. The canonization process took into account these complexities, ultimately recognizing the overall impact of her life and work. In addition to her religious and charitable legacy, Mother Teresa left behind a wealth of writings and speeches that continue to inspire. Her words often emphasized the power of small acts of kindness, the importance of love, and the need to see the face of God in everyone we meet. These writings have been compiled into numerous books and collections, providing ongoing inspiration for those looking to live a life of service. Her legacy also lives on through numerous institutions and initiatives named in her honor. Hospitals, schools, and charitable organizations worldwide bear her name, continuing her mission of serving the underprivileged. These institutions often adhere to the principles she championed, ensuring that her approach to charity and compassion remains influential. Moreover, Mother Teresa's life story has been the subject of numerous documentaries, films, and books. These works aim to capture the essence of her mission and the depth of her compassion. They serve as educational tools and sources of inspiration, keeping her legacy alive for future generations. Through these mediums, people continue to learn about her life, her struggles, and her unwavering dedication to the poor. Mother Teresa's impact on the world can also be seen in the way she influenced global discussions on poverty and charity. Her work highlighted the plight of the poorest of the poor, bringing attention to issues that often went unnoticed. She demonstrated that even in the face of immense challenges, one person's dedication can make a significant difference. This legacy continues to inspire activists, social workers, and ordinary people to contribute to social justice and humanitarian efforts. As we reflect on Mother Teresa's life and legacy, we are reminded of the power of compassion and the importance of service. Her example challenges us to look beyond our own lives and consider how we can make a difference in the lives of others. Her canonization and the ongoing work of the missionaries of charity ensure that her spirit of service and love will continue to inspire and guide us for generations to come. What do you think about Mother Teresa's legacy? How do you feel about her being canonized as a saint? Let's discuss this in the comments. And while you're here, don't forget to check out our other videos and join the Celestial Chronicles channel for more inspiring stories and thought-provoking discussions. Together, let's continue to explore the lives of those who have made a significant impact on our world.